What's up, guys? So I know I've been on a bit of a hiatus. I tend to do these things. I think it's just inevitable. Burnout will just come over people, and I think recovering from my show, and I know I say recovering, but letting my hormones balance out and things get back into a normal rhythm after my show sent me into a small depression, and just had to take a mental hiatus from social media for a little bit. It's not like I think this was a better one, is what I'm going to say. I feel like I handled this very well, appropriate, and it was necessary. So I just am here to say I am back to the regular scheduled program, and going forward, going to be uploading more frequently. And I feel like, yeah, I'm happy to, and that's a good thing. So today I'm going to be taking Coda to my mom's house, her grandma's. I've finally decided that I'm going to try to make my apartment a little more cozy and comfortable, and just kind of, I don't know, maybe decorate a bit, or just add some furniture at least into the living room. It has furniture, but not stuff I like. Add a little style is pretty much what I'm trying to do. I really do believe that your surroundings, your immediate surroundings, and this goes for your car, your room, they are a huge reflection. Your living space, it is a huge reflection on your mental space, and vice versa. If you're living in a very cluttered, disorganized area, your mind may very well be cluttered, disorganized, and stressed out. So taking that into consideration, weekly cleaning necessary, but also making a space that's your space and that you enjoy being in, I think plays a massive role in a positive mental health. So this may just be a spur of the moment thing, but me realizing this, that I was going through a little bit of a depression, not the happiest. Me realizing that I want to make a little extra effort at making it less hard going through those points of life when they do happen. And I definitely think enjoying your space will help with that. So, oh, she sees the reflection. It's the crazy eyes. You excited to see your friends? You gotta wait. Don't jump out. You gotta wait. Wait. Okay. So I didn't bring the camera inside because I knew this was going to be really annoying to try to record and pick out stuff and carry it. And I was right, because I somehow managed to fit this mirror in my car along with some other furniture. The mirror's on sale for $65, full body mirror. I gotta take it, man. So mirror picks will be upgraded exponentially. Goal from here is to bring this back to the house, get this inside. I was gonna get a rug, but I want to shop around a little bit. I don't think Walmart has a great selection of rugs. But the furniture and everything else I picked up, pretty cheap. Should be fine, should look decent, nice. A rug will really fill out the living room area. I would have definitely had more room in my car if I didn't have subwoofers, because I could have just stuck it literally straight through the trunk into the back and just put the seats down. But I have two 12-inch subs that are just consuming that trunk. So I'm thinking about downgrading to two 10s, which honestly might not even be a downgrade. It might sound more punchy and better, depending, But I don't know too much about sound systems and whatnot, but all I know is it takes up way too much room in that trunk, so I'm thinking about swapping it out for something a little bit smaller. But yeah, so I'm gonna head back to the house and get this shit set up, so I'll catch you there. video I got of that, but eventually, I don't know, my camera died or it cut off or I just wasn't recording, but we're done. I made an emergency trip to Chipotle. I was absolutely starving and there was no way I was cooking anything right now. But nearly almost done. This room's gonna look a lot nicer when the rug comes in and a couple more new things, but Cook was already checking it out too, right? See that, Momo? It's done. Looks so much better. Just get like a little 40-inch TV there and throw in some gaming consoles and some books and whatever else we want to fit in there, and the living room looks good. Cool. Up, Cuckoo. I'm so proud of you. It is so good today. It is so good. I'm going to be going to the gym today. I'm going to be training. What am I going to be training today? All right, so we're going to be having a short. Wow, that was a big whine. Shorter leg day today since I'm fairly detrained, and I guess I should be completely open and honest here. I have just been incredibly inconsistent with my training. I've been really lazy when it comes to cardio. I just have not been following my plan or my routine as I intended. And it's like funny because like every year for as long as I've been working out, and maybe it's a good or bad thing, I don't know, but all I know is that every single year, in the winter months, I always tend to pull away from training for like 2 or 3 months. And this goes back all the way to high school. And I think it started maybe because I would play football year round, and the winter was like the one time I could kind of sneak away from like training, intensity, and responsibility and just like be a kid and like just do what I want. And I guess I've always followed that schedule, and it's worked out pretty well for me. Though I always would get comments, you know, and people would accuse things and say crap, and they probably weren't entirely wrong. But also, it's just my intensity, my training, my effort wasn't there during the winter months. So that's just kind of a thing that I've always followed. Not intentionally. It's not like I plan out, all right, I'm going to take a break for 2 or 3 months, but it just ends up happening like that. And I think it really comes down to just knowing what you want, what you need, and like not, so like there is a level of like dedication and discipline that you need to follow through on to do anything great. But also at the same time, there is nothing wrong with falling off the wagon for a little bit. At least in my opinion, because every time you fall off, yeah, you know, you fell a little bit, you dug yourself a bit of a hole, you got to backtrack a little bit. But who gives a fuck? There's no race to be the biggest, the strongest, the fastest, you know? Like, unless you actually are going to be competing in a race, and then at that point, yeah, you probably shouldn't start missing meals on prep and not training on prep and, you know, like not following protocol on prep. But if you're not on prep and you just, you know, what am I trying to say? It's not bad to take a break from time to time and to give your body some rest and your mind some rest. And for me, it wasn't necessarily the body, although I have been having issues with my shoulder. It's not the reason for the rest. I think I just mentally needed a break from being so disciplined because I pretty much since I started getting back into training, like officially after my whole year hiatus break, a little over a year where I just kind of stopped training, stopped fitness, stopped all that, I was incredibly, extremely disciplined for almost 3 years. I'm trying to think, like it was nonstop cardio, training, just diet, eating. Like there was a lot. I've eaten so many meals that I didn't want to eat, but it also forced me to get pretty better at cooking. I will say my time in Utah has helped me tremendously at improving my cooking and discipline. But I just did a bunch of shit for several years that I didn't want to do. So it was about time, you know, after that comeback that I took a couple months of a kind of just mental break, kickback. Yeah, it's not the best for my socials. It's not the best for my career. It's not the best for anything, you know, outside of myself, but it was the best decision for me. And the repercussions of that, I'll face it and I'll move forward with it and, you know, just keep grinding and working and getting better. But all I'm trying to say is that's kind of what has been happening for the past several years, and I don't know if it's ever going to change. I don't know if I want it to change. I don't really think it's going to like make or break my life if I, you know, stop training and posting for like 2 or 3 months at a time. You know, we know on social media, if you're not posting for a day, people start to forget about you. But personally, I don't really care. I never got into socials for the fame, money, clout, whatever it was. I got into socials because it was fun. With today's day, everyone wants to be an influencer and, you know, make a fuck ton of money, make that influencer money. And yeah, you absolutely can get into it for that, but I feel like I avoid those types of people. That's all I'll say. I don't, but I get it. See, I'm always caught between two sides, and this is not the direction I wanted to go in with this conversation before I go lift, but I'll just say, like, I'm always caught between the side of like, yeah, I should be super fake and follow that influencer trend because it works. You know, people make a lot of money doing it, and collaborating, and it's not like I don't like collaborating, but like, I just don't care to be an influencer. I really don't. And taking that information, it's like, that makes me a pretty shitty influencer. But I don't even, I don't know. I feel like I'm still unsure with what I think I am or what I want to do. You're so cute. I love that face. Pretty much at this point, I just make videos and post so that I could support my dog. Hopefully one day I can support her enough to like give her like a backyard and a house and you know, shit like that. But one day at a time. I'm only 26. Am I 26? Wait. Yeah, I'm 26. Okay. I'll be 27 in July. Holy fuck. I just can't not. How can you tell me that this face isn't just adorable? What I'm trying to say is that I haven't been super consistent over the past couple of months, but that's honestly in line with just how I am and how I trend. Muscle goes up, muscle goes down, strength goes up, strength goes down. It doesn't matter to me. I know no matter what, if I put my mind to anything, you don't sneeze. If I put my mind to anything, I'm gonna get it done. I'm gonna get it accomplished. I'm going to make it happen. So yeah, like, just because I look like dog shit right now, which I probably should show you guys, my physique at the moment. And this is like the bare minimum worst like physique ever, but I'm like, I've gone through this probably 10, 15 times of getting out of shape and getting back into shape. It's like, maintaining your physique is a constant piece of work. And if you drop off for a couple months, your physique deteriorates rapidly. In reality, it doesn't really deteriorate. It doesn't really just disappear, but conditioning just goes down, water retention changes, fullness changes, glycogen retention changes, just all these things change so you don't look as good. But I'm going to show you what I look like right now. And I think I forgot to mention sponsors today, so I'm just going to talk about a couple of my sponsors real quick. First of all, Rise Clothing Company. You see me wearing a lot of their shirts, their shorts, everything like that. Code Qwin. If you guys haven't checked them out already, I would really appreciate it. It would mean a lot to me. They have a bunch of unique and cool pieces of clothing and a lot of new stuff coming out that you should definitely be on the lookout for. So if they aren't on your radar right now, let me put you on them. And secondly, Gorilla Mind. They are a supplement company. If you haven't heard of them before, they produce pre-workouts, protein, caffeine, like energy drinks, sleep aids, health supplements, crap, they have nearly everything. The company started as a neurotropic company, so they have a lot of products in mental cognitive improvement as well as stimulant and just neurotropics, but they've also branched out into creating some really good pre-workouts. I highly recommend their Gorilla Mode pre-workout. If you haven't checked out Gorilla already, please check them out. If you haven't checked out Rise, please check out Rise. It would mean a lot if you use my code Qwin. Yeah, that's what I wanted to say. And I can fucking promise you, gear or not, if you literally just commit yourself for 2 to 3 months, depending on your starting point. For me, it's a little different because I've built a significant amount of muscle mass, so I can always recomp. Like, look at any professional athlete at their worst and at their greatest. I actually saw a recent video of this boxer that started having a lot of GI issues, couldn't eat, pretty much like his life was getting all fucked up, so he couldn't be an athlete for a little while, and he looks like just an average dude now. But give him like 2, 3, 4 weeks, and he will literally grow back into that physique. Not his peak right away, because that will take a little bit longer, but he'll be back to like looking 95% of what he was. And that's just the example I'm trying to make of, like, just because I look like this right now doesn't mean I can't be in my best shape ever in 2 or 3 months. And it really comes down to day in and day out consistency, accountability, and just following the plan, following the routine, showing up, you know? And I've been doing that for several years. So if you're just someone getting into the gym and then you expect to be in the best shape of your life in 2 or 3 months, it's probably not going to happen like that if you're just starting, because you need to build that base. So if you're just starting, just work on starting, work on building, work on growing. Don't worry about being in the best shape of your life. Just, well, I guess, yeah, every day you can get a little bit closer to being in the best shape of your life. What I'm trying to say is that how I'm looking right now can be drastically changed, and I've done it tens of several times. I've done it a lot of times since like high school, of like, you know, people seeing me in high school, and this is before like I was using like any like performance enhancing drugs. But I will say I was like on pro hormones from time to time in my later years in high school. But for me getting bigger and smaller, it wasn't necessarily the pro hormones, because I was using them incorrectly at one point in time, and I wasn't upping the dosages, and I was honestly shutting down my testosterone majority of the time for like literally no results. And I should probably make a video going into that, a little bit of why you probably shouldn't be using SARMs and things like that, just because it's a, what is it? It's not as big of a return the more you use them. And so you have to use more of them to get that same return. You know, it's like you start to build a tolerance to these substances, especially SARMs, and the more you use it, the more often you use it, the less of a response you would get from the previous time you used it. So you have to use more, and then more damage goes onto your body, and yada, yada, yada. I didn't know that at the time, so I was an idiot. But I will say, ever since high school, I would go through a 2 or 3 month period where I would just stop lifting, chill out, you know, just do what I wanted to do, be a kid, live life, whatever. Go hang out with my friends, maybe go drink or something. I never really drank that much throughout my entire life. I still don't. But high school things, you know, friends are like, yo, let's hang out and have some beers. I'm like, all right, let's do it. And then sometimes I'd be like, no thanks. But what I'm trying to say is, I've gone through this several times. So yeah, it always is a little discouraging seeing what I look like and being like, wow, I really let myself go. But in reality, it's like, you know, put the chisel and the hammer to the marble for, you know, 2 or 3 months, and I'll be back looking fucking sexy as fuck. I'll say it. I'll be looking fucking sexy as fuck. And I'm thinking about, I don't know what I'm doing with the beard, but I'm just letting it go. So this is what I'm looking like right now. I don't know if I showed you guys the living room from yesterday. Maybe I did, I don't remember, but it came out pretty good. So physique is a little hairy, but excuse that. And this is what we're working with right now, boys. I will say I am 188 at the moment, but again, a lot of that is just temporary weight loss. I am a lot flatter. And definitely do not have the strength and endurance that I had before, but I will say, let's see the legs. I will say, give it like 2 or 3 good months of, you know, consistent training, and I should be exactly where I want to be. I just wanted to give you guys a full disclosure on what's been going on and how things have been. They've been pretty good. I can't say they've been great, but they've been pretty good. You know, we're getting better. That's what's important. But I think, fuck, I can't decide. I think I should start with legs, to be honest with you. I think today should be a leg day. What do you think, Cuckoo? Give me a blink if you think I should do legs. Damn, that's some hard staring right there. Fuck. I'm just taking Coda to my mom's place so she can play with the other dogs while I'm out doing errands. Wait. Wow. Oh my God. Hi.
Nobody held it up. I just washed all the stuff and dried it.
Hey, Steve.
Stevie,
Hey,
come here.
Steve. Yeah. Oh, hi, Googs. Look at Googs. He's got the toy. Does a good boy, Googs. Oh, yeah. Cuckoo from her grandma's. Looks like she helped wear her out a little bit because Coda seems pretty excited to see me, but also kind of more mellow. Like she's not up my ass like trying to like play or anything. She's just kind of being the typical Coda and just following me around. Post-workout meal. I don't know if this is the best to admit, but I went out with my mom the other night and we went to this really good bar. Well, we went to this bar that has really good buffalo tenders, and I'm like a fiend for buffalo tenders. So of course I bought a 10-piece and I brought like 5 of them home, and I've been just snacking on those for my protein. I will say buffalo tenders, they are like lightly breaded, and the sauce probably has some honey and butter in it, so it's not like super clean, but it's right on the nose and it's leftovers, and why not? I actually have to cook up some chicken, so I'm going to do a little bit of a food prep just to show you guys what I'm going to be doing with my chicken. I actually found a really, I guess I did find it out. I don't know, I'm learning how to cook as well, but I found a really good method to make shredded chicken, so I'm going to show you that. So I just washed off this chicken, and what I like to do is pretty much just throw all these breasts into a crock pot. Something I learned that so I was using water to make my shredded chicken, and there's nothing really wrong with that. If you throw some seasonings in water, it's really good. But I looked into chicken stock and just adding a bit of this to the liquid for your chicken makes a world of a difference. So along with the chicken stock, I'll add not a ton of sodium because there's about a ½ gram of sodium in the chicken stock, but I just like to sprinkle a little bit more in there just to make sure the seasonings are right, as well as add in a little bit of pepper. I like using this Crayola seasoning. It's like, it has salt, pepper in it already, but also, what is it? Like red pepper, onion, and garlic as well. So it's kind of like a all season, and that's just, it just, you know, it's just good. Just do it. And that's pretty much it that I will do with this. Now, if I want to make this more of like barbecue-y or whatever, what I'll do is after it's done cooking for a little while, take out the liquid, pour the liquid into its own like little container, and you can make gravy out of it with some cornstarch. And then I'll leave the chicken in. I'll just like squeeze in some Baby Ray's sugar-free barbecue sauce in here and let it simmer for like an hour. Fucking delicious. But for now, we're going to set this on low, and we're going to have that run for about 8 hours. So, no, set it on high. Have it run for 6 hours. I can take it out by 12 tonight. And then eat it if I need to. Eat it over the next couple of days. I got about 5 pounds or 4 pounds of chicken in here. So that'll get me about 2 days. I need to start getting some more chicken today. I like overcook the fuck out of these fries.